This is one of the solutions. This was the administration's solution to the Financial Services Oversight Council. The concept of the council is to incorporate every one of these organizations plus 2 new ones to create another new one. I had a chance to talk to a group of 30 young people the other morning who were all just graduating or in their 5th year up in Michigan. And I said, have no fears. I know there's not a lot of jobs right now in firms, and I know a lot of businesses aren't hiring, but all you need to do is look at all the new agencies being created in the government level, and there's plenty of new jobs. Trust me. If you'll just look at this one slide alone, you see 3 new ones which will have massive staffs. Truly, the Financial Services Oversight Council and the National Bank Supervisor, while they're both big, don't even come close to the Consumer Financial Protection Agency, which is created under the Consumer Financial Protection Act, which is in a piece of legislation which is in Barney Frank's office. This is what I was testifying yesterday on. This is huge, and it covers everybody. Right now, as drafted, we're in it. UPS is in it. The person who builds banks, the contractors, they're in it. They're all considered financial providers. Why? Because their definition is provides material services to banks is one of them, or provides any service to a bank basically. I mean, as long as it's not immaterial, you then are tied into it. We're tied into it because right now tax is considered, preparing taxes and giving tax advice is considered to be a financial service. So what we're trying to do is get the ASCPA, and we think we're going to be very successful here, but we're not ready to declare victory yet. Although Barney Frank did have a piece that came out yesterday that said that he was going to scope out certain professionals. We happen to know that's us. But right now you're in it. Where we think this will end up is you will be in it only if you're selling a product. Because to be in it means assessments and an inspection by the new government agency. Now you know what a hard time they've had getting to all the banks. Can you imagine what it's going to be like trying to get to 43,000 CPA firms if we were in it? What type of staff that would take? So there's plenty of new jobs out there. And to make things even more interesting, on Monday we woke up to find Senator Chris Dodd from Connecticut had introduced a new piece of legislation which goes against Geithner, Bernanke, and Obama on his concept for re-regulation. And it's clear to me that the Office of Thrift Supervision, which you'll notice is not on this, they've been eliminated under the Obama plan, is back in. So they've got some great lobbyists, obviously, that have been able to save that agency. So there's all kinds of new positions and a lot of new agencies going on in Washington, and that's just in this area. But we do know that financial re-regulation will be one of our biggest areas. Also, just interesting on timing, G20's meeting in Pittsburgh. Most people in the past really never paid much attention to what G20 was doing. I have to admit I didn't. I mean, I really didn't look at G20 and decide that was a high interest thing for me. But I can also tell you that each one of these accounting reforms is a result of G20. And I can also tell you that what's occurring today and yesterday at G20 has tremendous impact on all of us, especially financial regulation around the world, because if there's been one thing we all learned in this crisis, it's not limited to the United States. It happens all over the world. So there's a certain coordination that's going on. G20 seems to be the forum it occurs in. I would take time to pay attention if you want to look to the future to see what's happening. Watch what G20 is doing this week.